Now to the race for the White House. In just under an hour, the roll call closes for the Democratic National Committee delegates. When that's done, Vice President Kamala Harris will officially be the Democratic nominee for president. She secured enough delegates to clinch the nomination last week. Despite that, delegates continued voting throughout the weekend, including some from our neck of the woods. Our Matt Gregory is live at the DNC headquarters in D.C. And Matt, I understand, the delegates normally serve more of a ceremonial role.
Yeah, I mean, normally it's like a rubber stamp, right, Simone? And in this case, however, that was what the role was going to be until the turn of events 2 weeks ago when President Joe Biden dropped out of the race. Now it looks like those DNC delegates will play a crucial role in who the party decides going forward in Chicago will be the presidential nominee for the Democrats. And that is a role that is not lost on our local DMV Democrat delegates. Mark this as an email Jimmy Williams will never forget.
I got the ballot, and some people wait a day or two, and I was like, stop everything. I want this to be done now.
In the spring, D.C. Democratic voters selected Williams as a delegate to the Democratic National Convention. It's a role that's normally seen as symbolic, but then President Biden dropped out of the race.
This one is so new. You're talking 2 weeks that we're going in there with a presidential candidate and the whole turnaround.
This weekend, to make sure Vice President Kamala Harris is on every state's November ballot, the DNC held an electronic roll call delegate vote. That meant sending out individual ballots just like this one to every single delegate.
You can only check two things. You either check Kamala Harris or you check present. Present is just like not supporting it.
Virginia Democratic Party chairperson Susan Swecker says all 119 of their delegates already voted for Harris.
The balloting process is open until close of business today, but I understand that all of our votes are in, so we don't have to sweat that one out.
But Republicans have argued that this delegate vote takes away from the Democratic process. Swecker, in response, says these delegates already pledged to the Biden-Harris ticket, and the delegates were selected by the voters. Plus,
the Republicans can say what they want. They need to go worry about their own party.
Back in D.C., Jimmy Williams says he voted days ago, but he knows the role his ballot plays in American political lore.
Matter of fact, I kept the ballot, showed my son, showed my family, and saying, okay, this is the real ballot, let's frame it, because this is history.
Yeah, at 6 p.m., that's when the roll call voting will officially stop. So it's not really a question of whether or not Vice President Harris will get the number of delegates locked in to win, but by how much. What percentage of those more than 1,900 delegates will, in fact, vote for her to be the nominee? And we'll have more on that and more on the results as we get through the evening and we continue to see those numbers coming in tonight. But for now, in D.C., I'm Matt Gregory. Back to you.
Well, as you touched on, ceremonial, but still a very important piece to this process. Matthew, thank you.